Celtic completed the treble against Inverness Caledonian Thistle. It didn't exactly do much for Celtic in terms of their participation in Europe next season, but it did affect Scottish football. It made sure that Aberdeen were guaranteed some form of European group stage football, and it made sure that Inverness would not be getting in. So instead, 5th place Hearts made the cut. Or should I say Hibs? I know Hearts had a pish season, but
I didn't quite finish that.
Yeah, it wasn't that low. It was Hibs that finished 5th, so get it right. Yeah, welcome back, guys, to Fog Fitba, and maybe I'll get it right this time. So the league order, as far as I can remember, was Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, Hearts, and Hibs.
That was it.
I wish it wasn't that, but
it was Rangers.
As my memory recalls, that is the order of the top 5, and it will be those 5 teams competing in Champions League football, Europa League football, and Europa Conference League football. So we have 5 spots in Europe, and it's just a matter of deciding now who is going to be playing in what competition. And we know that Hibs and Hearts are guaranteed to be playing in the Europa Conference League. Celtic are guaranteed to be playing in the Champions League. It's just Aberdeen and Rangers we're unsure about what they will end up in. Will they end up in anything? We know that they're guaranteed some form of group stage football. We just don't know what group stages it will be. For Rangers, it could be Champions League or Europa League. And for Aberdeen, it could be Europa League or Europa Conference League. But as for Celtic, let's just get them over and done with first, because they won the league as it stands. Because we're doing good in the coefficients, they are guaranteed Champions League group stage football. They will not have to qualify for it. They will simply play no European football fixtures until the group stages for the Champions League are drawn. So simple as that. It's impossible right now to tell who Celtic will get in their groups. However, we know some of the teams that are obviously in the group stage. From Spain, you've got Sevilla, they won the Europa League. You've got Real Sociedad, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Barcelona. England, you have Newcastle, Man United, Arsenal, Man City. It's all the teams you'd expect to be in there. From the minor leagues, you've got like Austria, you've got Red Bull Salzburg. From Serbia, you've got Red Star Belgrade, and from Ukraine, you've got Shakhtar Donetsk.
A big shocker though, Lens, 2nd place in Ligue 1.
And I feel like that is, if Celtic can avoid being in their pot, which they might.
Celtic might be 3rd.
I think if Celtic can make it into pot 3, that's the kind of team you want in pot 4.
You say that? No, absolutely. You would still have them, but they're a good team. Took PSG really close to the...
they are, but like, let's be real. Out of these teams, Union Berlin, could we see it? Union Berlin and Celtic, Juranovic linking back up with his former club. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Union Berlin just made 4th spot in Germany.
Absolutely. So it's weird seeing Newcastle back in, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so Celtic are guaranteed that. As for Rangers, they go into the 3rd qualifying round. They need to win 2 ties to get into the Champions League. However, no matter what round they go out in, whether they lose in the 3rd qualifying round or the playoff round, they're guaranteed Europa group stage football. So that's good from Rangers' standpoint, and it looks like that their potential opponents, in order to get into the Champions League, they're likely going to have to beat Marseille or PSV Eindhoven. We know they beat PSV Eindhoven last season. Can they do it this season?
I mean, it's nothing impossible for Rangers to do. I feel like if you're going to do anything in Europe, I think realistically beating PSV and Marseille, you should be looking to at least compete against them. Against PSV last year, I think they got a bit lucky. But at the end of the day, I think that was Rangers not even that good. I feel like with Beale, like getting all these new signings, and I see no reason why they can't get to the group stages, to be honest.
Yeah, so there you go. As for Aberdeen, like I said, they are guaranteed group stage football, but they will have a playoff tie. If they can win that playoff, then they will get Europa League. If they cannot, then it will be Europa Conference League. And we don't exactly know which teams are going to be getting, but at the moment, they are likely to avoid the likes of Ajax and Lask and Union St. Galosi, a team that I believe Rangers beat. USG, Rangers beat them a year ago, last season.
Last season in Champions League.
Yeah, so Aberdeen, like, they've got nothing to lose. They've got a free shot at Europa League, and if they can't win the playoff tie, they go into the Europa Conference League. So that is pretty simple. Aberdeen have got nothing to lose and all to gain. As for the 2 teams for the capital, gets a little bit more tricky. For these teams to be playing group stage football, Hibs will need to win 3 ties against 3 different opponents, and Hearts will need to win 2. So it's going to be obviously a lot more difficult for these teams. Now Hibs are seeded for the second round of the qualifying, which means they are likely to get a pretty easy team and they're likely to make it into the third qualifying round, which is good for them, alongside Hearts. However, the likelihood is they're both going to be unseeded for the third qualifying round, and that is when things become tricky, because I'm just going to list off some of the teams that Hearts and Hibs could be getting in no particular order. Club Brugge, Basel, Acer Alkmaar, Ghent, Dynamo Kiev, Fenerbahce, Cluj, Partizan Belgrade, Victoria Plassen, Bodo Glimt, Lech Poznan, Besiktas, Rijeka, Rapid Vienna. Now, I'm not saying those teams are impossible to beat, but I think all those teams would be favourite going against Hearts or Hibs, and if Hearts or Hibs can somehow beat one of them, then they have to do it all again in the playoffs, and the playoffs are going to feature even more better teams, including the likes of Juventus and Frankfurt, Aston Villa, Lille. So, you know, it's going to be incredibly tough. Hearts and Hibs are going to have to somehow navigate these rounds in order to get into group stage football, and I personally just don't really see it. As much as I want to be optimistic and I want to believe Hearts can do it.
So Aston Villa are in...
Aston Villa will be seeded.
So Aston Villa are in the playoff round?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I was the last time an English team was in the playoff round.
So it happens all the time now.
Does it?
Yep.
Well, hey, you learn something every day.
Because of the coefficients. But anyway, guys, that is it. So it's going to be extremely difficult, but we will see what happens. If I have to give my early predictions now, I am going to go... You know what? I think Rangers are going to do it again. I'm going to go with Rangers to get into the Champions League.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Aberdeen to lose and drop into Europa Conference League. Obviously, we know Celtic are guaranteed it. They will be in the Champions League. And as much as I want Hearts to make it, and Hibs for Scottish football, I don't see it happening. I'm going with both of those teams failing short. So, yeah. That's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. A lot more vids to come today. And there's going to be a couple of good ones, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you later. Till then, though, peace.